Welcome back to another episode of 10,000 Tacos. I am Isidro Salas, otherwise known as the proud son of a taquero. Yes, yes. Before I get on to this next episode, I do want to, it's not an apology, but I do want to address the fact that, because a few people did reach out and they're like, we haven't heard from you for about a year and a half. And the last time I published an episode was a long time ago. And then I just published this one about 3 reasons why I wouldn't make a good taquero. And it caught a few people off surprise. I'm kind of surprised that some people came back because a year and a half is a long time. And there's no excuse. I was living life. I was doing other things. I was moving. I had some medical issues, but not enough to knock me out. But for the longest time now, I've been thinking about coming back, and I keep saying I'll do it, and I just don't do it. And so this random episode was about that. I just came back, and I didn't let anything stop me. I'm like, F it. Yeah. Do you ever get into that where you go, oh, you want to do something, and then you just slowly talk yourself out of it? You say you want to do it, and then you punish yourself for not doing it, and it's just a never-ending battle, right? So I needed to just do it, and so I did it, and it didn't come out good, but it just came out. And so hopefully I want it to be the moment that I said, F it, let's just do it. So anyway, let's get on to this next episode. If you follow me on socials, I've been doing a lot of posts of Día de Taqueros on May 15th. And people have been asking, not a lot of people, but a few people like, hey, what is that? And why? Why May 15th? And so I wanted to also get on here, let my podcast audience know why we are thinking of that day. So I have been thinking about that day, Día de Taquero, and I want to be really clear about one thing. At the very least, it's not a holiday. It's not this, National Taco Day, National this and National this. I'll get more on that later, but it's not a marketing thing. Although hopefully if we market it right, the right people benefit. It's not tied to any app or anything personal, but hopefully that it'll become that. And I'll be transparent about that. It's just a day to acknowledge the people who've been feeding our communities for generations. Let's just face it. They've been doing it for a long time. It's taqueros. They've always been there. They're like bartenders, I think. You could confide in them, and they make you feel good by giving you some good tacos. Anyway, before the food trends, before all the social media stuff, before anybody even cared about street food culture, for a lot of us, for me in particular, my family, taquero was part of our daily routine. After work, after school, after a long day, that's where we went. Many of us. We didn't talk about it. We didn't fantasize about it. We didn't analyze it. It was just part of life. Tacos are life. Cilantro's a choice. And that's kind of the point here. Taqueros, they've always been holding it down for as long as almost we forget how much work it takes for them to do it. I don't know if that makes sense, but we just forget. We just order our tacos and we go away. We don't really think about the profession, the heat, the smoke, the long hours, the repetition, the discipline it takes to do that day in, day out. My parents did that. I took it for granted, and now I want to highlight it. And I know I'm not the only one. My parents really didn't complain. I mean, they did, but it wasn't like complaining. They just went out and did it. They didn't brag. They were humble about it. They just worked. So Día de Taquero is simple. It's a reminder for us to say, hey, we see you, we acknowledge you, we know you're there. Gracias. Thanks for what you do. Now, why May 15th? People have been asking, but why May 15th? Well, I mean, it's sort of like, it's not random. It really isn't. It's not a symbolic day. It's not a deep historical day. It's actually tied to something very real that happened recently. On May 15th, 2024, a bunch of major outlets, ABC News, CNN, the Mexico News Daily, all these publications, they all reported one thing, the same thing, and that was a tiny taqueria, a little puesto in Mexico City, had been awarded a Michelin Star for their taco. And let's be honest, for people who grew up around taqueros, the headline wasn't shocking, right? It was shocking for a lot of other people, but not for us. It's more like, yeah, of course, we've known that our whole lives. I certainly did, and I could relate to a lot of people who like they're just tacos. Taqueros have been operating at that level forever. They tacos didn't suddenly get better. The taqueros didn't just suddenly get better on May 15th, 2024. And you know, the world finally paid attention. And that's why May 15th matters, not because of the award itself. That's whatever, a Michelin star. And, you know, some people have said even you go to that taqueria, and I've been to that taqueria, and the tacos are good. I looked, but there's a long line that tells you these are great, and they're just tacos. I don't want to diminish that, but I've had better tacos than other puestos. But, you know. But because of that moment, the rest of the world said out loud what our communities had been saying for decades. It was the first time a global spotlight landed on the craft that never really needed validation. Tacos don't need to defend themselves and say, hey, I'm here. So when I say Día de Taquero, it's on May 15th, the reason it's not hype, it's not marketing, it's just a real moment in time that the rest of the world finally caught up. Now, let's talk about the taqueros themselves. These are people who work in conditions that most of us wouldn't even last an hour. And look, I hated it as a kid, but we did it. You know, when the temperature was 120 degrees outside, and it was 130 in the taco truck, and we felt it. The heat of the grill, the smoke. I mean, the constant movement. A lot of taqueros could relate to this. The timing, the consistency, the pressure of feeding a whole line of people, right, that only have 10 minutes to eat. You know, that's an everyday struggle. They don't do it for the fame. They don't do it. They certainly don't do it for the recognition. But because they take care of our families, we should recognize that. There's something beautiful about that. There's a lot of family members, a lot of people who come from taquero families who just, you know, they do it for that. So something that deserves more than a thanks. And look, on May 15th, it's a steady day to hopefully make it the Black Friday for taqueros. It's a day that helps them cover a bill with the extra. It's a day that maybe they make enough money that they hire another employee. It's not dramatic. It's practical. And this practicality matters. So what do we do on May 15th? What should we do? What's this? This is the call to action. Let's keep it simple. We just go to your local favorite taco truck, your taqueria, where you love these type of tacos. Look, if you want to go to Taco Bell, go ahead, but you know where that money goes. If you want to go to Chipotle, go ahead. But you know where that money goes. The executives there don't do it. They don't taste their own food. That's my thing. But so on this day, let's go to your local taqueria. And look, to be clear, it's not a day for content creators. Although if you want to do that too. But if content creators want to get out, hey, follow me for this good taqueria. As long as the taqueros benefit, right? It's small, it's simple, and it actually helps. Just show up to your favorite taqueria, tag them, tell people, tell your friends, you know, your network, and tell them about this place on May 15th and show the love. Meet the taqueros, talk about their craft, their struggles. It really does make a difference. When you know the life of a taquero, it really does. So on this May 15th, I'll talk more about it later on. I'll do more episodes, but just a small take care of the people who have been really taking care of us. And that's it. That's the whole thing. And so thank you for giving me a little bit of time. I will talk more about this on my socials. Follow me at 10K Tacos on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and subscribe to this podcast. I'm going to try to be doing more of these more and more. And so until then, see you next time. I'm the proud son of a taquero, and this is 10,000 Tacos.